Here we are at the starting line, and if you notice, the red car is the lead car, and the space is designated where that car has to be. The chase car, which is the blue car, actually can be anywhere on their side of the yellow. If they want to start here, back here, wherever they want, that's fine. The lead car needs to start in that stall right next to the line. As the lead car comes out, on green, the lead car must go. The chase car can go whenever they want. They can go before, they can go after, they can stall around, doesn't matter. The lead car needs to go on green. The lead car will come straight out and go around the cone. If you knock over the cone, or if you hit the gate, or you hit the wall, it's gonna be a restart. If you can't make it out of the gate cleanly in 3 times, then you get a 0 for that run. The chase car needs to get behind the lead car. The chase car cannot interfere with the lead car in any way throughout this run. So once you leave the gate, the chase will get behind the lead, and the lead will continue and start to transition into the double switchback area. Okay, now as the lead car comes in, this is the first area, and this hash shows what angle we want to see you enter the zone. We're going to judge you on how you ride this rail, and this isn't an actual judge zone for qualifying. This is only going to be used for battles, and during qualifying, this will be a style point area. So if you come in shallow, it's going to count against your qualifying in style.
That's shallow.
More angle is not a deduction, but this is actually what we want to see. And you will follow the rail all the way around. This hash over here shows the angle that we want you to exit at. If you exit like this is shallow. That's what we want to see. If you go more than 90, it's an over rotation. That's the same as a crash. That's a 0. So as you exit, this is the angle we want to see. Then as you continue, you'll see the square. We don't care how you cross over it, as long as part of your car touches this. We're not talking about wheels, we're talking about part of the car. So as you come through, this is good enough. This is not. This is okay. That is okay. Once you touch that, you'll proceed to another square, and again, it's the same thing. We want to see you come through and touch it. This is a miss. This is okay. All of this is okay. As you leave that, you're going to come over to this nose clip here, and we want to see you nose in and get as close to the first white line as possible on the edge of the track. These markings are for the judges to see how far off you are in qualifying. So in qualifying and in the battles, the judges will be looking at how close you are to that line. If you go over the line, that's not good. That's not extra points. It's how close you can get to the outer line of the track.
This is the outer line right here.
Yes.
This is the outer line to clarify.
So as you come through, again, that's the type of angle we want to see you come through with. If you come through like this, that's a good pass. If you come through like this, that's not so good. It's going to be scored a lot worse. As you leave there, you're going to have a hard flick and come into the second zone. And again, the hash shows what kind of angle we want to see you come in. And you're going to ride this rail all the way through. Okay, so on a note on qualifying, for those who wonder how we're scoring, basically what's happening is each zone will be worth 10 points. So this given zone is 10 points. It'll be 5 on angle and 5 on line. And for those who don't understand, basically the reason we have the big zone is it would be the same as having a zone on the back side, except we're using the front to judge how far offline you are. So if you're completely inside all the way through, then that would be maximum points. So for line all the way through would be 5 points. About an inch out, that would be like a -4, or a -1, I'm sorry. That'd be -2, -3, -4, -5 on line. For angle, it's kind of the same thing. As you straighten out more, you get less points for angle. So this is perfect, so you get 5 out of 5. This might get you 4, 3, 2, 1. If you straighten out, you're gonna get a 0 and probably get a 0 for line also. Now, a quick note on line, if you go in and out, in and out, in and out, the judges aren't gonna keep subtracting every time you go out 1, 2, 3. It's whatever the maximum penalty is. So let's say the worst you do is like a -3 and the rest is all the way in, then you're only gonna get a possible 2 out of 5. So you lose 3 points. So it doesn't keep accumulating, it's just how well do you do the zone. Okay, so as you come to the zone, this is where you're gonna exit. And keep in mind, you gotta stay in the zone the entire time. So if you leave early, it's gonna count against you. If you straighten out before you get out, it's gonna count against you. So remember, it's for the entire zone. Now as you come out, you exit and you're gonna come towards this kink. Okay, as you're coming to this kink, you should be coming out of that zone at angle. And we wanna see you come through here and flick somewhere in this area to come into the last zone. This line shows late initiation. So if you initiate later than this, then it's gonna count against you. And again, this hash shows what kind of angle we wanna see. The hash is all the way around this sweeper to show the angle we wanna see. And we're gonna judge you on how long you are on the wall. So if you come off the wall, get on the wall. If you're not smooth, you have corrections, that's all gonna count against you.
Okay, as you're exiting the last zone, the straight line after the zone is a finish line. The finish is not as you exit the zone, the finish is as you cross the line. So what that means is if you hit, spin, make contact, whatever it may be, before the cars are completely across the line, then it still counts. So we want to see you exit at this angle and come through. Now the run is done. If you do this and you hit, it's a 0. If you come over here and you pass 90 before you're over the line, it's over rotation, it's a 0. This is where it ends. As you come through, do not pass 90, don't hit the wall, and you're okay.
This is a walkthrough of the course. This is a start. I'm gonna go out. Here is the first zone. You come around. I'm gonna finish there. Here's our first square that they talked about. You transition over this hairpin and go around. This is the second square that they were talking about. And then you're gonna go around. Here's the nose clip into this zone. And then here's the flick zone that you make sure you have to initiate and flick. Here's the straight and onto the final sweeper. Remember, this is the initiation point, so you need to initiate to that angle before this line. So you initiate, and then go through the final sweeper, which is outside the big sweeper, and come through. And here is the exit and the finish line. Like they were saying earlier, you have to cross the line completely and at 90 or less, or less than 90.